Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at the basic structure of a C++ program. By the end of this video, you not only understand the structure of a basic C++ program, but you'll also be ready to write and run your very first one. So let's dive in. Every C++ program, no matter how big or small, follows a basic structure. So here's what a basic C++ program looks like. So break down each line step by step. Let's begin with the first line. This first line, hashtag includes IOStream, is called a preprocessor directive. It tells the compiler to include a library called IOStream, which means input-output stream. This library allows us to use things like cout to print text on the screen or cin to take input from the user. Now the next line, using namespace std, simply saves us a bit of typing. It helps us use features easily. And next we have the main function, which is the heart of every C++ program. So every C++ program must have a main function. It should always be there because that's where execution starts. So when you run your program, the computer begins reading instructions inside the main from the top to the bottom. And the curly braces on line 6 and 9 mark the beginning and the end of the function. So everything inside them is what your program will actually do. So for this simple program of ours, this is what is inside the main. So this is what our program will actually do or execute. Now, inside the main function, in between the curly braces, we have this line 7. So we'll start by breaking down this. So the cout means console output, and the next operator, this operator, it sends data to the screen. And the line, the end here, end L, it simply moves a cursor to a new line. What that means is if we have the cursor here, it will just simply move it to the next line. That's what the end L or end line means. Next, we have the return 0 or the return statement. So this tells the operating system that the program ended successfully. So if the program returns a different number than what we have here, which is a 0, if it returns any other number apart from this, it usually means that there was an error. But for now, just remember that return 0 means everything went fine, executed successfully. So to recap, line 1, hashtag include IOStream. This preprocessor directive includes a library called input-output stream or IOStream. The namespace, this helps us use standard features easily. And the main function, this is where the program starts. So every C++ program should always have a main function. And this is how functions are written. It has some braces with an opening curly brace, closing curly brace, and some statements in between it. So the statements in between the function, this is what the program actually does and actually executes. And then the return statement, this signals the end of the program. So now, since we mentioned that the program executes what's in between the main function, if we look at our program here, this cout means console output. So it should just display hello world when we run this program. So let me build and run this. Okay. So when that runs, you notice hello world. So we can change this. and say hello there. We run, and it outputs hello there. So that's it for this video, and you've just learned the structure of a C++ program. So in the next video, we'll talk about variables and data types, which are the building blocks of every C++ program. So see you in the next video.